Hello and welcome to the lecture on form post. So we have seen form get. Let's look at form post. So create another folder for it. Post. We're going to copy both these files here. Okay. And then we're going to open these files. Okay. So let's first look at the HTML page. So here we're going to say post. And the only difference actually comes from this. When you say method is post, the way these fields is being posted to the server is different when it is get, and it's different when it is post, and we'll see what is the difference now. Okay, so if I change it to post, and when I run this file, let's execute this file. Notice that in the get, the data has been sent in the URL after the question mark. So let's analyze what happens if you send it via the post. So I'm going to say post / student form.html. Okay, so now you have your page and the data is being sent via post. So let's do a simple test to send this data. So let's submit. So when I say submit, it will go to display.php, and you see there is no data here in the URL. So how the data is being sent to this server? Okay, that's what we're going to understand in the post. So before that, let's change the display as well, just to make sure it is post. Okay, let's refresh it. It's post. Okay, so before we go into details of how to access the post variable, let's understand what happened. Right, when you say submit, let's go to inspect. So you have to right click and go inspect. Click on network tab. Okay, and we analyze how the data is being sent. This will be interesting for you to understand how the post and the get works. So go to right click and go to inspect, go on to the network tab and enter the data, and the form method is post. Right, that's what we have seen. The form method is post. Okay, and then you submit it. So once you submit, the data has been posted to display.php. Okay, so let's analyze what is the data has been sent over to display.php. So this is the URL that data has been sent to, and the request method is post. Okay, and that's what we say, the request. This is the request method. We say it's post. So when you say get, the request method will be get. Okay, 200 means successful. It's able to reach this and post this data. And in the header, you have all these headers that has been sent over. And the interesting thing is the form data. The form data is sent in the header. You see the headers here. The data is sent in the header and it's not visible in the URL, but data is still sent over to that page. Okay, and that is in the header. So in the HTTP request and response, in the request header, this form data is been sent with this two value: input text as John Smith and input email as test@test.com. Okay, and if you see the data how it is been sent, let's analyze this. I'm copying that. Okay, this is how the data is been sent. Again, the same format. You have an ampersand to differentiate between the fields, and then you have this input underscore text, which is nothing but your input underscore text and the value, and the input underscore email and the value. Okay, the only difference that you see is how this data is been sent from the HTML page to your PHP page. All right, and this is how it is been sent. It is sent in the request header as a form data. Understand this, and this is a very critical question anyone can ask you. When you use a post method, how the data is been sent over to your PHP page? The data is been sent in the request header via the form data, right? And how do you read that in the PHP code? Right, that's what we have to understand here. If you go to display.php, it's nothing fancy. Instead of get, you say post. That's all you got to do. Okay, now post will access post variables. So whatever is the variable sent in the request in the form data, that will able to read by post. Whatever is sent in the URL, will be accessed by the get. Okay, so if you refresh this page, you should be able to see John Smith email test@test.com. Alright, so that's how basically you access the post variable. Alright, so that's how you basically read the post variable, and the global variable we use is the post. Okay, remember when you submit the form, the data is not sent in the URL when it is post. When it is get, the data is sent in the URL, and when it is post, it is sent in the request header in the form data. And to read them, you have used basically the global variable $_post, and then it's basically associative array. So whatever is your field name here, right, with that name the data will be sent. And if you are confused like how the data is sent, what is the variable, you can always do a var dump of post and see the data as well, or else you can go to your network tab and then you can go to your header, and basically you can go and see here what the field name and the value has been sent over. So when you write your program, you understand how to read this in your programming as well. Okay, so that's all about form post, how to access the form elements which is posted via the post method. All right, so I'll see you in the next one.